Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. And as always, in all my videos or all my live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. I do hope you are all doing very well. Hi there, Wesley. Welcome, welcome. Come on in, everybody. Make yourself at home. A little bit of time on my hands this morning, so I spent quite a bit of time with spirit, channeling and feeling into an energy update from spirit. And one thing that came up like right out of the gates and so loud and clear was, remember all of the wisdom and knowledge you have gained. And I sat in those words for a moment, and I leaned in there and I thought, ooh, that is a glorious reminder. But then what spirit showed me was collectively this alignment coming in for many of us, just coming into alignment, more like intentionally coming into that space of feeling ready. I felt that feeling ready, and I felt it in such a glorious movement collectively that I got very excited. I was like, "Oh, so many people are getting ready to to take that wisdom and take that knowing and take that trust and taking that leap of faith and pulling it together." And it may not be all the big stuff. It doesn't have to be like these huge life altering moments all the time. It can be those simple things like I think I'm ready to finish that project. I think I'm ready to take a look at where I'm at. I think I'm ready for more spiritual growth. And it can be those bigger leaps of faith as well. I'm ready for that for that big change. I'm ready to apply for that job. I'm ready to change that relationship. I felt just this alignment coming in, and it felt really, really good, you guys. I got very excited even for my own self because I think I was feeling a little bit into that over the weekend. I was feeling like I'm ready for next steps. I'm ready for that growth. I'm ready. I felt that coming in for myself, and it wasn't until I sat with spirit this morning that I felt it so collective. And as you feel into your own energy, when you feel into that space within you, I just feel it bubbling with so many people. With there's this time, it's time. I just felt it kind of bubbling. And as always, I think as humans, sometimes we can lean into that fear, and that of that or that pressure of what ifs and what ifs. But I felt that settling so much. I just felt that settling in, and I felt that just that space of growth and readiness, and that presence, the feeling present. I just felt that come rushing through me as well. As I just feel so present in that. I also felt the momentum of let's move forward. I need to move forward. That that kind of peaked in there, for me is just staying in tune with that. Sometimes we don't put enough attention or awareness into fine tuning that. And I just felt us settling again and coming into more of our spiritual selves in what we need and what we want in that growth. So I hope that some of this resonates with some of you. I also felt that I needed to shift my own spiritual practices. I think it's time that I move into something new and something different. And I was just lovingly reminded of, it's okay when things no longer serve us. It's okay when things no longer serve us. And there's that space, I think, for many of us collectively, that we're kind of tapping into that. And when we tap into that, when we're kind of aware of there's things that are no longer serving us, sometimes we do pull in a little bit of guilt. Right? We do pull in a little bit, but if I change, it might affect people, or if I change, it might affect, this is going to kind of impact, my household. And, it was just about, let's just honor ourselves. Let's just kind of navigate through this, and let's just lean into more of that personal space within you a little bit deeper. With honoring ourselves is coming up a lot for me as well. A lot over the weekend. I felt into that quite a bit. Was I'm just going to lean in here a little bit more and a little bit more. So for the rest of this week, and I probably for the rest of May, don't be surprised if you're feeling a lot of that. I'm readiness. And that's the best way I can put it. Is I just feel this readiness. I'm ready for shifts. I'm ready for change. And I felt that settling of that fear and that settling of what ifs. I felt that coming into a different vibration, if you will. So I hope that that resonates with some of you. Let me see. I'll scroll back up here. Many of you coming in. Good to see you all coming in and joining me on this Tuesday morning. I'll try and get to a couple questions. Chapstick. I was wondering if you might be able to tell me if my mom is going to be there at my wedding in spirit and if she's around. 100%. Absolutely, she's going to be there. Spirit doesn't miss anything. They don't miss our big events. They don't not show up. They're there for the small things and they're there for the big things and they're always around. Do we always have that feeling or awareness? Sometimes we don't. And sometimes it's just simply because we're too much in the physical world. We're too focused on something else that we may not feel them. But absolutely, mom will be there. She's always there, chopstick, always there. The other thing with what I have to lean into with mom is she keeps making your face kind of smile bigger. She just wants you to kind of, I don't know if you've been serious or there's something about your smile in comparison to her smile. There's something with the smile with you. She just wants that full on. She's just making it bigger and bigger and wider for me. One thing with spirit that I do want to kind of lean in here since we're on this topic is um why don't we always feel them? Why aren't the signs, brighter and louder, and why isn't it a little bit more obvious? They are in another dimension and they work relentlessly hard to let us know that they are here. And also we, sometimes we are not seeing them or feeling them. It doesn't mean that they're not with us, right? So always lean in there and continue talking with your mom. Share the what's happening with the wedding plans, and the more that we kind of lean in there, the more that we will feel. So I hope that helps you. Sone, hope we can do an angel and guides reading in this live session after the energy update. I could probably do a few angels and guides. So now when I lean in there, I have to lean into what was 3 months ago for you, because I feel you got a new spirit guide right around the 3 month ago mark. And I felt it was kind of a shift in direction. This guide is kind of supporting you through. So in the last I can't go further than 3 months. So there's something in the last 3 months with direction and navigation, because I can see like a navigation, spiritual GPS, if you will, that they're kind of showing me here with allowing that change in some navigation. You have a spirit guide that's with you to help you navigate through that. So for me, there's got to be something that you're kind of navigating through that's shifting or different. I also have to get you to lean in with trust. You don't ask enough to your spirit guides. I need to get you to ask more. And it doesn't have to be any formal ritual. It can just simply be, can you help me with that? It can be that simple. I've got to get you leaning in there a little bit more. Is it Mila Earl? Hey, I have a question about my Aunt Wendy is in heaven, and I'm wondering if she is sending me any signs. They're always with you and they're always sending signs. I feel a lot with her signs lately. I'm seeing a lot of like flashes of lights, either in your peripheral or on your camera, or literally lights flickering. There's something with lighting that's big with her. I also see a lot of of shapes in the clouds. So I need to get you kind of up to the sky. We're just kind of watching. She just keeps kind of getting you to look up. She's actually on me quite a bit right now with getting your head up. So I don't know if you've been looking down or if you've just been feeling low, but she just keeps get that head up, with looking up. So I hope that helps you there as well. I also have to remind you, Mila, that I think you get a lot of feelings and that you overthink them. So if you feel her, or if you're just knowing that she's there, you got to trust that. Sometimes it's that simple. So, spirit doesn't complicate things for us on purpose. We in the physical world make things more complicated. But so I just have to get you to trust and to lean in there and trust and lean in there. There we go. Okay, let's see where we are here. Is my grandpa okay? When we cross over, and we get settled in the spirit dimensions, they are very much okay. They have an easier time than we do with their passing, because they look at things very different once they cross over. He's showing me, Grandpa's got a big sense of humor here. He's showing me this chill look. He's like chilling up, feet up. I'm just kind of like, I'm good. I'm chilling out. I'm just got my feet up, my feet up. He needs you to know that he's very much okay. Oh, I think I just froze up there a moment. Hope the internet's not acting up. Um, Sandra, I'm certainly feeling the readiness. I've been showing up in my life lately and doors are opening. Yes, Sandra, good for you. And that's, and I think that's a big part of it is aligning with this readiness. Remember, it's all energy, right? So when what we align with kind of gives momentum to what's going on around us. So, and even the hard stuff. So, Spirit has said to me probably 1,000 times, I know this is hard, but align with navigating through this difficult time and in a just with your chin up, just with, everything's always working out for me, getting into that space with it, even when it's hard. And when we do that, as you mentioned, Sandra, doors start opening. And sometimes we just have to trust the process and roll up our sleeves. And that's one thing that I do. And I've said it 1,000 times here on the channel is when things get down and dirty in life, I roll up my sleeves and I literally will physically do that act. I'm just going to roll up my sleeves. I know it's going to be tough. I'm going to lean in. I'm going to, I'm going to tighten up those, my spiritual practices. I know I'm not going to always understand it, but when we kind of take it from that angle, Sandra, as you've noticed, doors do open up and we do come into the other side of the learning and the other side of the processes. Remember, we're here to learn, and sometimes that learning is really tough. It's just like when we were all in school. Some subjects were easy, some grades were easier, and some were tough. It's the same thing here. PJ, love angels and guides chat. I do too. I love the angelics as well. PJ, I do feel now that I've read that question and leaned in there with your energy, I feel a lot of little birds coming towards you from the spirit dimensions as like a spirit animal. And the big reference there with these little birds is I like how spirit's saying these things. Even new growth, you can spread your wings and fly. Even when things are new, you can spread your wings and fly. So I don't know, PJ, if you tend to, when things are kind of new or uncertain, if you kind of stand back a bit, but they're like saying, no, you've got these little wings and new things. Spread your wings and fly. Really kind of cute. Maruna, you spoke a little about the clouds. I've seen faces and rabbit out of it with animals. What could this mean? We do get messages in the clouds. Sometimes, spirit will send us messages and all kinds of things. I mean, I'll see things in tree bark, and I'll see, things in the clouds. And, one thing that you kind of lean into, is it just a shape or is there something to it? I always lean into if I lean into and look it up, what does it mean? Where's my book? So I'll just pick rabbit here for you because you've mentioned it. I'll just grab my book or I'll look it up and I'll look up the meaning of it. There's no harm in that. Like there's no harm in So what's rabbit? So rabbit, the meaning of rabbit, this is a very creative time for you. So it's important to quickly take advantage of any opportunity that comes your way unexpectedly. Be extra vigilant for the next couple of days. And if anything threatening shows up, leave as quickly as possible. Try a vegetarian diet for the next few days and pay attention to how you feel. Rather than steady step-by-step progress, you will see it happen in leaps and bounds. You're going to find yourself experiencing a period of quiet and stillness, followed by a burst of intense energy. Express yourself freely to those that you are closest to. So, Maruna, when you've seen the rabbit in the sky, I simply would look it up. Does it have a meaning? Does part of it resonate with you would be the other thing. And if it doesn't, I just say to spirit, okay, I'll take note. A piece with your diet. So has your diet been acting up a little bit, Maruna, or have you been thinking about diet changing? It doesn't necessarily mean you have to go vegetarian, but quite often if there's something bothering us in our digestive, does that resonate there with you? I use the Pocket Guide to Spirit Animal book. You can look them up on Google yourself and see if it resonates. I always stay very open to, if it doesn't resonate, it's okay. I'll just take note. It might not resonate today, but it might resonate tomorrow. And I just simply say noted. So let me just scroll back up. I hope that resonates to you, Maruna. Nay, did that new spirit guide tell me to come in to help me navigate the new path? Oh, so there is a Okay, so it resonates with you with the new path. So yes, so this spiritual GPS navigation system is the spirit guide is helping to navigate through that. When we go through a lot of change, we can have those moments of up and down. I also feel sometimes you don't always feel supported, Sonae. So I hope that that resonates with you because you need support. You are supported through change. So I don't know if either you haven't shared it with many people or if you don't have a lot of people around you that are leaning in to support you. But the spirit guide is definitely here to help you navigate through that. So I find that very interesting. Okay. Heart of Stone 40. Okay. Any messages I need to know about this week? Let's you know what, I'm really pulled here to just kind of randomly grab my book and just kind of, I'm just literally just gonna, I'll turn my head away and I just want to open it up to a page. Oh, so I got the eagle. So this message is for you. There's an opportunity for you that you're considering, and it would be best if you take advantage of it soon. There will be a new beginning in a positive direction following a recent period of strife, one in which you've gained a great deal of stamina and resilience. Detach and rise above the mundane so that you're able to see your life and circumstances with a broader perspective and greater vision. It's time for a great spiritual awakening, one that you will experience a greater connection to the divine. This is an important time to communicate with the divine for creative inspiration. Again, with the creative inspiration. Interesting how this is going today. So heed the guidance you receive. Whatever you put out, positive or negative, will now return to you in some form more quickly than ever. I love that message. So that is for you. Heart of Stone 40. So let's break this down a little bit. There's some opportunity. It's time to kind of align with it, some new beginnings, and take flight, rise above. So I hope that that resonates there with you. Nothing really ever surprises me, but still surprises me. It's interesting how what I talked about in the first few moments of this segment and what we're seeing in the spirit animal book. I just love that. Just saying. I just love that. Kayla, love that advice. Thank you, Sandra and Lana. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm gonna come back up here. I missed something. Dear Lana, my old girl Lola is 18 years old and I think she's got dementia. She's a cat. Can you please ask her if she's doing okay? Is there anything I need to be aware of? PJ, when I lean into this cat, I do feel a decline there, but I feel it a little bit cognitively, but not so much. I'm feeling it a little bit physically as well. So I don't know if, and I know you said she's 18, so I'm sure she's got some, been slowing down and not her 2-year-old version of herself. But I just feel like the cat's trying to get you ready. I just feel like there's just this, I need you to be ready, even though you're aware that, you know, there may not be 10 years left in this cat. I just need you to be ready. So I would just say little things like, when it's time for you to transition, I will support you in that. I will love you through that. I just feel like because this cat energetically for me keeps putting me into your heart space, and with how much you love this cat and needing you to be okay when it's time to transition. The cat's more worried about you than you are about the cat, if that makes sense to you. So I would just kind of lean in there a little bit and just say, you know what? When it's time, I get it. I get it, and I'm going to love you through that time. PJ, I don't feel it really, really close. Like I don't feel it like like really close to me, but I just feel like this cat is trying to get you ready. So I hope that makes sense to you, darling. Yeah, I answered that one. Let's try and get to a few more. Kayla, I'm really pulled again to just kind of so Kayla, I don't know if I did Kayla. No, I did Heart of Stone. Kayla, again, I think I'm just going to lean into the spirit animal book. It seems to be going really well for us, so I'm just going to literally open it up where I need to. And we got the penguin. I don't think I get the penguin very often. So the penguin. So this is for Kayla. You're much more powerful and durable than you think you are. You have everything you need inside of you and in front of you to have a good life. So always keep that in mind. You'll soon be able to experience lucid dreaming. Ooh, lucid dreaming is coming up. Where You become fully aware while dreaming and can change the details of the dream. This is an excellent time to explore altered states of consciousness, especially out of body experiences such as astral travel. Ooh, that's all. I love astral travel and lucid dreaming. Whatever you feel like you're suffering through or simply enduring, be as loving and compassionate and patient with yourselves and others as you can be through the remainder of the cycle. You'll soon face a test of your will, and as long as your will and purpose are aligned with spirits, you'll sail through it. Oh, I love that. So again, with the spirit animal book, not every single sentence has to resonate. But Kayla, I'd be curious if you have an interest in the altered states, whether it be lucid dreaming, astral travel, or deep meditations. I'd be curious on how you're feeling about that, because that's coming up, as well as some change as well. And again, with the alignment piece, which is what I talked about earlier, on the segment, with just being in alignment with that change. That is very interesting. Wondering, okay, so this is from Emily. Wondering if you get a sense if I should apply for a job that has come up, or should I wait for something else? Emily, I feel like there's going to be a space of stepping stones. So I feel like there's like I feel like you're stepping across and stepping up. So and I feel like this is going to be going on for a little bit, and that's a good thing. That it feels like up. And sometimes I just have to get in there, Emily, with even the tiny steps. Even if you apply for something and it doesn't pan out, I just have to get you to trust that. Just trusting those little steps. I feel that this is going to be almost like, I think I'm going to take the leap of faith, and there's going to be a lesson learned in learning to take that. I feel, because I feel coming up for you, and it feels very exciting, is I feel like you're going to have a lot of opportunity. I feel like opportunity work-wise for you is going to be like something that flows fairly easy. A little bit of bumps here and there, as anything with work, but I just feel like I need to get you to start taking those steps. I lost my spot. Love the lives, Lana. Oh, thank you very much, Wes. I just lost. Gonna scroll back up here. I'm trying to get to as many as I can. So that was Emily. Um, Alina, is there anything I'm not seeing to direct? Is there anything I'm not seeing not to direct for of my energy towards or away from? So what I'm really pulled into there with you is I'm really pulled that your authentic self. I feel like I need to push you into that. I think I really need to get you to say, you know what, this doesn't serve me. This serves me. This doesn't serve me. I almost feel like pushing you into honoring your authentic self a little bit more. I need to push you to the front of the line. I feel like I need to get you to navigate through um a lot of just learning little things, like, learning, spending a little bit of time reading up on a spiritual topic. Resonate, doesn't resonate, and letting go what doesn't resonate. I also feel this whole letting go of what doesn't resonate is coming in. I feel like I need to let go of what doesn't resonate. It doesn't have to serve me anymore. I feel like I'm going through a little bit of that, and it feels very good, but I need you to kind of really explore. I can see this little baby fox around you saying, come and explore, come and explore, come and explore. And I feel that piece for you, because when we go exploring, when you think about when we go exploring, we find magic. We also find things that don't resonate with us when we start exploring within. When we kind of do that, oh well, you know what, that doesn't really resonate with me, and I think I'm not going to go that way. I feel like I have to get you navigating a little bit. And is there anybody on the live that watching that currently is dealing with some rib pain? I'm feeling my ribs, and it's not mine. It's connecting to somebody on the live, 100% not mine. So is anybody struggling with anything with their ribs? Ribs and kind of like my mid back are bothering me. So I need to zero in on who that is on this live today. Okay, let's scroll down a little bit here. Okay, answer that one. Natalie. My dad passed away last year, and I was concerned as he was not the best person in this earth. And he left very scared and clinging to life. Do you see if he is calmer now? So I just want to lean in there for a moment. And this answer is going to kind of be broad to a few of you, or to reach out to a few of you with people who leave here who struggles in their physical world. So I do feel very much when I lean in there, Tim. He's got a pencil behind his ear. Very symbolic is going back to school. Up in the spirit dimensions, I feel like he's back into school, kind of relearning and re-navigating through our lessons here, which is what we do anyway. We do have our life review, and we do have to go back in and learn and grow before we come back and reincarnate. So he just has this pencil here. I also feel, though, when I lean in there with him, I feel like, and he's got a lot of tools he's showing me. So I don't know if he worked with tools or what it is, but he's using this tool pouch that he's pulling out his life tools when he had here. And I feel that some of his life tools, he didn't know how to use them. So I don't feel like it was nurtured. I don't feel like he had that life tool to navigate through things. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to you. I feel like he didn't know how to use it. This is what he's showing me. I didn't know how to use the tools that were available to me in the physical world. So he's over in the spirit dimension with his pencil behind his ear, learning how to use these tools, if that makes sense. I do feel when I lean in there with him, with what he knew how to use in his tool pouch, I feel like he did his best with what he knew, if that makes sense. I also feel that he is very proud of the learning that he is doing in the spirit dimensions. I think he had a lot of embarrassment or shame here in the physical world, but because he's shown me that separation of that. He's learning, and that is kind of softened for him up there. I love how he showed me that this morning. Kind of interesting. Be curious to see if those tools resonate to him in the physical world, or if he's just showing me that as a spiritual communication, because they do that, right? Spirit doesn't always. I wish it was as clear as we communicate here. They will often show me, or they will write to me, and it's like putting together the pieces of a puzzle sometimes. And I think that's one thing. I'm going to rant here for a moment. I think that that's one thing that some people here in the physical world struggle with when it comes to spirit. Why aren't they as clear as we are? Why isn't it like this? And you got to remember, we are in another dimension. So when they come over here, they're using energy. And when we communicate with them, we're using energy. So the communication is very different. They're no longer physical. Somebody has something with their ribs. I'm telling you right now. Okay, let me just scroll down. I think I missed. There's a lot of comments here. I'm going to try. I know you all know this, but I try really hard to get to as many as we can, and I try not to miss them. So I got Emily. So I answered Emily. I answered that one. I answered Natalie. All right. So Hard Freckles. If you sent any messages from me, I could really use some guidance lately. As soon as I lean into you, I can see like an outline of you, and I can see some things falling off. Things that they just little, like, it's almost like things that you don't need to carry with you. I need to kind of give you the word permission to just allow things that no longer serve you, whether that be experiences, place, or people, or I just feel that I just have to wipe them off you a little bit. But I also feel like your spirit guide's holding you in just so much love, and so much in that space of unconditionalness. And I need to give you that word of unconditional love, that you are loved and supported, throughout all your learning. So I don't know if you've been struggling a little bit with that lately, or just feeling like you could use a little bit more of that. But I feel like I've got to give that to you. You are so loved and supported from the spirit dimension. So I hope that resonates. And I just have to keep, what doesn't serve you. Yes, I learned. Yeah, I just have to and I have to do it very softly. So I need to go with that soften. Okay, so let me see. Sandra, I wonder, how does spirit send signs through things like clouds? Do they energetically hack into the cloud or animals? And because we're on the same wavelength, we notice them. Okay, so when it comes to sending signs, I want you to remember spirit is energy, right? So when they send us things and they send us something to connect with them, connect to them with, do they hack into the cloud system? I wouldn't say they hack into the cloud system, but they are quite magical. So it's the same thing with how do they flick lights and how do they leave us feathers and how they're able to connect with it and leave us something in the sky. It's the other thing is in our thoughts, our thoughts create things. So if we are missing, I'm missing the love of a loved one, I'm missing having them here, we are sending the message to them, I'm missing you, and they send the response, and it comes in many different ways. But they are able to, I'll use the word magic. I guess that's the best way it is. They will send that in a form that you will see, and they will keep sending it until we see it. So you don't have to go on high alert and say, where's mom's sign? Where's mom's sign? Where's mom's sign today? I always just say I'm open to receive any messages, and the magic comes and the magic flows. I hope that resonates there with you. How I answer that, it is a little bit difficult to explain, but it's because they're energy beings, right? They no longer have the physical body, so they're able to tap into things to get our attention to. Nisa, feeling a little lost lately. Any messages from guides, angels, or loved ones? Thank you, Lana. Nisa, I need to kind of like, this is how spirit's showing it to me, is I need to kind of like pull it all together, like energetically, and get yourself more centered. I feel like you've left that place of centeredness. I feel like it's just like there's been so much going on that you just haven't come back to that quiet space. I do feel though, like this leveling out of energy. I do feel things coming into a calmer space, but I need to get you to be an active participant in that. So I don't know if you just haven't been meditating, or if you just haven't been ahead of the thoughts, if the mindfulness is kind of shifted somewhere, but I do need to kind of get you to go, I'm going to come back to center. I'm going to breathe my way through this, and I'm going to work on the mindfulness piece. The mindfulness piece keeps coming up, and I know mindfulness is really tough. It's easy when things are easy to stay mindful, but when things are like chaotic, it's hard for us to stay in that calming space, right? So I just need to kind of get you, like, it's almost like I need to put you back to basics, like just breathing through it, back to the basics. I hope that resonates there with you. I'm just watching the time. I am gonna have to go soon. um Nay, I haven't shared it with anyone. Hope I didn't overshare then. Definitely to feel supported by my spirit guides, but people in my environment tend to judge me, so I don't tell them about the new path. And that's okay. I don't tell everybody about my paths either. I'll tell you why. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. So I don't share things. I've got a lot going on right now that's going to take me in new directions, and I don't share it. And I'll tell you why. It's all energy. So, I don't if I don't share, I don't have to worry about filtering or keeping my awareness away from people who may not want what's good for me, or the vibration of things of, like I'll use the words that you used, the vibration of jealousy, the vibration or of not being supported. If you don't tell and don't overshare, then you're not pulling other people's energy into stuff. And we do and can be open to receive that. So the less that you necessarily share, I'm not a big sharer when it comes to things that I'm navigating through. Once things are in place for me, then and I have made my decisions and I have sat with the energy, then I will share it with people, because I am so energetically in tune and absorbent that I just don't want that out there, for people who don't necessarily need to be, if that makes sense. I'm trying to say it as lovingly as possible, but I tend not to overshare. It's all energy, and I don't want other people's energy in my stuff. I just, it's almost like, and you're gonna laugh, but how, you don't want to wear somebody else's undergarments, right? It's not yours, right? So it's not theirs. So you just, it's intimate to me. It's very personal to me. So it's not pinching myself off, and it's not closing, because I will share other things. I mean, if you ask me, what did you do on the weekend, or what's for supper, or this and that, I will share that, but I don't pull in other people's energy. The other thing is sometimes we are affected by that. So if I was to say, this is just an example, okay? So I'll just use I'll use Sone. This is as an example, just an example, Sone. So let's say we're really good friends, and you're sharing with me some stuff, and let's say I'm not really happy for you, right? Let's just say I'm not really happy for you. And then you're going to pick that up energetically. We pick up other people's energy, and you'll say, well, she doesn't think it's a good idea. What if it's not a good idea? And then we get into this cluster of what other people think, and we absorb it energetically. We don't take our leaps of faith. It affects our trust level, and we kind of bring in so much static. Feel it on your own. Feel into it on your own. Come into your heart space on your own. Trust it all on your own, and navigate it from there. Intuition 101. Good feels good, bad feels bad. They're your lessons, not other people's. Right? I've learned that time and time and time and time and time again. If I listen to myself, if I listen to my intuition and my spirit guides, that's where I need to go. I hope that helps. Okay. Deanna, I stopped sharing years back and feel a lot less strained and pushed around. Yes. It's your stuff anyway, right? So, I think, I don't know. It's so much energy for me that you don't need to pick up, right? So I would just lean in there. That was funny. I'm glad you all like that. Okay. I need to sort out this rib pain. So does anybody have, I just need to lean in there. There's a male energy around me from the spirit dimensions. Does anybody have a father or father figure? So father, grandfather, someone that was like a dad, father figure in the spirit dimensions. I've got all this rib pain. I've got all this pain. It's in my back. There's a reference to the month of May being significant anniversary, birthday, or passing. There's also a reference to the month of September. I have all this rib pain, and it's connecting, and it's getting louder. So there needs to be somebody here that connects there with it. Okay, so Emily, Jen just wrote, Emily said rib pain. Okay, so thank you, Jen. Let me just scroll back up here. Emily. Okay, Emily, there you are. Emily, do you have a father or father figure in the spirit dimensions? And is May and the month of September significant anniversary, birthday, or passing? It's got to be significant. Emily, there's also a reference to the name John that connects there. So I got spirit coming through. I haven't read on one of these lives like this in a long time, so I am going to leave that here. My dad passed away, but I don't. My dad passed, but I don't know how he passed. There's got to be this rib pain. Emily says she has rib pain. So I'm going to give Emily a chance to respond to that. Emily, if you're still on, father figure in the spirit dimensions. Okay. I will give her a second. Emily, someone else said rib pain underneath me. Not sure. Okay. I will give it a minute. I'll give somebody a minute. If not, I will ask spirit to step back, because spirit will step back. If I say take the rib pain, no one's answering me. It's okay. I trust spirit that enough. My dad passed away, but not sure. He was born in September. Okay. The rib pain is very significant. Could be me. My father was born in May. My nephew's name is John. I don't know. Okay. So is there a significance to pain? So did dad have there's a lot of pain. So where's a lot of pain? In those 2 months I cannot move from, September and May. They have to both connect. I won't make it fit for anybody. It has to both connect. I'm gonna lean in here with the message. So I just asked them what the message is. So when I lean in there and I speak to this lovely father figure in the spirit dimensions, I need to let living people know that everything that you're navigating through is going to be okay. There's some big decisions that are being made. You're making the right decisions. There's also something coming up with there's something, I don't know if there's something for sale, and I feel like it's been for sale for a long time. There is going to be a reference to that selling. There's I feel like there's just so much spinning around you, and I feel like this father figure is trying to calm you down and say, just calm down. It's going to work out. It also doesn't connect. He's showing me that it doesn't connect to anything of his for sale. It has to do with you. So it has to do with your world right now. Whatever you're navigating through is going to calm down. Okay, so I hope that that resonates there. Yeah, rib pain right under the heart and over my kidneys. Okay, could be my father. Okay, so is it Quincy? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Does that resonate to you with what I just said? It should resonate with you 100%. If it doesn't, it's okay, right? But whatever's going on, it's going to settle down. Well, we're already Tuesday. So I hope that the rest of this week is energetically beautiful for you. Don't forget your thumbs up on these live chats. They are greatly appreciated. We had a beautiful chat this morning. I know my last couple lives were a little bit short because I had to work, but I do have to work today, but I have a little bit extra time. So I hope that you had a lovely time here with me. Remember to honor yourselves. Remember what I talked about earlier about that alignment piece and allowing it come. I'm wishing you all a beautiful day. As always, love, light, blessings, and a spirit guided day. Take care, everyone.